another Warfare Wednesday. I haven't been able to play for the last few days, so this is me just getting back into it. I was expecting to Guardian because my last interaction was a wall, or attempted wall of someone, and then from there I just kind of hung out in active strategies, so just putting skill points. I generally run, or have been running, around 325% striker and just putting the rest into rusher. If I reach 1000% rusher, I'll put the rest into striker or something like that. Not really sure. But I kind of look around my main base to start off, and I generally like to take out the lower KP players first. So this guy is, I believe, 4 levels below me, so I'm just full stacking him because he can't really wall me anyways. And I see that this is kind of a longer march and don't want the video to be stretched on longer than needed, so I do split into a sub G march there and just take those 3 cities up top, and then from there I think I boost back down and then go over to take his other group of cities next to it. And thankfully it doesn't wall me there. If he did, I'd just go back to full stacking him and it wouldn't really be an issue, and I'd get a little bit of gold from it, so not really too worried. But it's kind of funny because when I last played more aggressively, or was more active a few days ago, then all the cities that are around my main currently, they're like at the same level as they were before, so no one's really spent gold much. But you'll see at the end of the video, I really just spend, I think, around 25-30 G's, and I get all the cities to level 90 and pull my troops back to the 105 next to my base. And of course I'm in cautious gear, so I make back a portion of that, and then of course if I'm online at the time that people are retaking the cities, I'll wall them and get gold from that as well. And then I kind of go on a cycle, like, realistically, without trading, the best way to level up and earn gold and whatnot, besides just like purely being really active and having great stats, is taking as many cities as possible, spending your gold, then losing those cities and, walling here and there in between. And you see here, because I normally wouldn't hit if someone is pink, especially because I have a lot of other people around me that I'm able to attack, but because he's lower KP, or lower level than me, and I know he can't stop me, I figure I might as well take these last couple cities. And now he's demo level. You see I go to send a scout, and it's a 54 second march roughly. And so I just double check there to make sure it's demo. And I'm not going to be sending demos to 90s because there's a decent chance he's online as well. I just don't feel like dealing with that. So this guy's the next lowest KP, and so I take my troops and I boost them to a city relatively nearby. And I decide, instead of simply doing a little bit of a longer march down to Chair Force, I will make like a small jump through Odie instead, and from there I'll be attacking Chair Force. And it's fairly easy to do this because he doesn't have any troops to block me in the area, Odie that is, and Chair Force does, which isn't a problem at all, but he is online, and you can see it. I then move my troops because I can easily hit that value, and I check the scout reports and I kind of went past it quickly, but he had a lower Guardian level, so I could easily take it. And so I go to send my march. Unfortunately, he moves his troops Otherwise, it would be like a 3G gold that I'd be getting from that. And then I'd attack the 79 with the 424 in it afterwards. So then he did move his troops from everywhere. He leveled up the cities a little bit as well. So I just send small like subdue marches because he is 5 or 6 levels above me. And so he likely has the ability to wall me if he would like to. And sending subdue marches on 85s, I'm not going to lose many troops. And if by chance he does wall me, it's not going to really hurt me that much. So I like to use that mindset. And then if he does place troops, you can kind of attack in different portions. But I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that in this scenario. But I'm likely faster than him, or at least as fast as he is. And so I'm able to pretty confidently just keep scouting and then attack afterwards with a pretty low chance of him walling me. And if he does, it's not really an issue because I lose, or like if he does wall 600 mil, which is roughly what I'm sending here, then I would lose 150 mil, and I make that every like hour or two anyways, just like off idle recruit, especially once I'm higher KP. So I'm not really too worried about losing troops, and generally troops translating to gold is what I go for. But you can see turn pink, I make a couple more attacks. Otherwise, I send a small march up to those 280s because I would like to take those. Then I pull that 400 stack down to the 500 because I might as well hit the 90s that Lord Ragnar has, as he is the next lowest KP in the area. I think he was around 11 mil KP. And then the next guy, I forget his name, but I guess we'll see it later. Anyways, maybe it is Odie actually. So Lord Ragnar, then Odie, and then like Sarge or something like that. But you'll see. So make a couple attacks on Ragnar, and he turns orange. Or maybe that's just from taking cities, because it's a bit delayed. So I do send subdue march for those. And then I scouted up there. Odie has a G there. So I do move a larger portion of my troops to that area. Thankfully, he does not move his troops out of the way. And so I am able to take that and gain 1.5, 1.6 G gold off that. Then not really sure why I split that. Oh, it's because I wasn't going to boost it, my bad. So what I did there is, because I was going to send my troops to a certain city, I decided to send a small march in front of a larger march, simply because if they do counterattack, some people like attack without wall experience, and I do that fairly often as well. And so if they do that, then I do have a smaller march heading that way that I can boost and maybe get there in time to wall them so they don't wall my main stack. So that's the reason I sent that march before the other march that's going to land in like 30 seconds there. But also because they're lower level cities, so it's pretty easy to just attack with small troop counts in general. And so here, I will eventually need to reinforce that area, but for now, then it's not really an issue just hitting with like 200 to 600 mil on these like level 70s to 75s. And so I just pretty much run through these, and he's not online. It doesn't offer any resistance, so kind of boring, but it's kind of all part of my attacking, so I figured I'd cover it for you guys and not just have like a massive skip so you guys like, what happened in between that time. But sometimes hard to make commentary when nothing's happening besides simply running through someone's cities without them even attempting to defend. But whatever. I guess I could take this small amount of time here, because it's pretty stalemate, to remind you guys that if you are not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my general content, of course, I haven't been posting super actively recently, but coming up on summer vacation and whatnot, finally done with all my final exams, so I do plan on posting more often. So again, if you guys like my content, like anything that I kind of cover, then feel free to like my videos or leave a comment as well, whether it's a constructive criticism or just a question or video idea. Otherwise, you can always join my Discord channel, and from there you can keep up with future giveaways, keep up with promo codes once they fix them, and of course, just you could be there to hang out or ask general questions, just conversate if you'd like. And that link for my Discord channel will be in the description of this video. And I was reaching out to Million Lords, and I am trying to set up a scheduled giveaway so that instead of it just being random, sometimes I'll have one month, then one another, then one 3 months later. So I'm trying to set up a scheduled giveaway, not as big as the last one, because that was a pretty substantial giveaway. I believe $300 worth of sapphires was given away in my last giveaway. So it won't be quite that big, but it'll be likely smaller giveaways, and I'm trying to get them set up so every other month then there'll be that. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, I will post a video covering that, so if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll see that, of course. Otherwise, you can, as I've stated, join my Discord channel, and I post anything Million Lords related that you need to know there. So just wrapping up this general area here, attacking him, I believe I take up to the first level 100, and then he turns pink. And unfortunately, because there's a bit of server delay, I believe he turns pink before then, but it just doesn't show. So you'll see, I take the city, the 95 there, and then I go to attack the 100, and although it's red, you can see in the attack bar it did say 50%, and then he turns pink halfway through the attack, maybe even later. So it's unfortunate that servers are a bit slow in that regard, and it might also be just where I'm located or my Wi-Fi, but I doubt it's my Wi-Fi because I like 600 megabyte upload, so probably not that. But of course I have troops from leveling up there, so I pull those to a city nearby and split them to attack these 5 cities in the area. And I send a little bit of smaller march to that first one up top, and then a little bit bigger to the bottom 3, because of course there's 3 of them instead of 1. And I send a little bit of march there because there is a city to the north at level 90, which I'd like to take fairly soon. Otherwise, I'm going to be hitting Sarge. And you'll see in a little bit here that he is online, and he's not able to wall me, or maybe it's not that he's not able to, but he chooses not to, whatever. But he does move troops to, at the very least, defend, and I take a city, and he goes to reclaim, and he has a decent amount more troops than I, and I don't really feel like dealing with them, to put it simply. So I just moved my bubble back an hour because it's right before the bubble activates. And so you'll see, like, I move it back and then 20 seconds later it activates, because that's just the scheduled time hourly, which is completely legal as far as I know. I know it's like a gray area, or maybe it's just straight up cheating if you bubble like mid-hour. But I did slow it down so you guys can see that I did not bubble mid-hour. I bubbled right before the hour. So, and I kind of did time this so that would happen as well. But it's pretty simple. As you can see, most of the cities I'm taking are 70s and 80s, a few 90s throughout this video. And I do work into some 90s in a couple minutes here. But it's unfortunate that I leave for, or not leave, but like I go fairly inactive for a few days, and all the cities like are at the same level or lower than what they were before. So I'm probably going to be more active these next few days and just wall a ton of people and try to build up my island to maybe like all 96s, something like that, at least in my general like top half of the island, and then just try to farm gold from there. It's a bit of a line that you have to be careful of, because if you do get high enough, then you'll have whales come after you. And it's not always a bad thing, because whales generally outgrow where they're at, and then they'll move back to where they were and go after other whales. So if you're not like feeding them gold, like if a whale came after me and I was walling them a lot, or underwalling them would be more likely because they'd just be running through my troops, they'd probably stay in the area because I'm making them fuckloads of gold. So, you know, why not? It's worth it for them. But if instead they run through my cities and then I don't do anything for a few hours, then they're going to get bored and just go away. So, I mean, that's not always the case, but I find more often than not that is what happens. So, if you are stupidly active and you want to keep your KP, it might be worth not growing beyond what you can defend, but also that's just, it's dependent on playstyle. Like, there's definitely benefits to growing beyond what you can defend, because either way you're gaining experience and gold, and then when people take back, if they're taking back with small enough numbers, you can wall them and gain more experience and gold. So I don't know, I'm not going to say for certain it's good to grow outside what you can defend or under what you can defend, whatever. But it's just something to keep in mind when you're looking to grow. And you'll see even here at the end of this, I do still have like 18 Gs that I can dump. But I decide not to, because all my cities are an even like 90, 91. And from there, I figure I should wait. And I'll probably dump the rest of it tomorrow night after I run through cities in a similar manner that I do here. But you can see here, I scout. Oh, no, it's not here. But you see the 92 with the 540. He does reinforce to that city. You can see him scouting there. So I multi-scout again. He has 17 Gs there, almost 18 Gs. So I take that city there, and realistically, it would have been smart instead to split. So take the 93, wait till he reinforces, then take the 92. But I decide against it. Or realistically, I don't decide against it. I just am not smart enough. So you'll see here, I push it back and there's 22 seconds till activation. Unfortunately, he is able to reclaim before then. Unfortunately for me, of course, not unfortunately for him. and kind of wrapping up the video here. As you can see, I'm just spam leveling everything to 90, and then I bubble, and I think I do show at the end my production, and it's around like 200. And here I'm just complaining like a little bitch, or trying to call him out. I don't know, whatever. And just be like, why is everything still the same level? And he's like, trying to level it up, whatever. And then I try to act tough and like, I'm walling everyone. I don't know. I like to put on this persona, but realistically, there's a lot of people that can fuck me over, and I accept that. That's just all part of the game. But either way, video's coming to an end. So this was about 50 minutes to an hour of gameplay, which I compressed to 21 minutes roughly for you guys, 21 and a half minutes. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm doing this weekly on Wednesday if you'd like to tune in and see other gameplay. It's going to be kind of different each season, different aspects, like different areas that I'm in, different players I'm around, maybe different strategies. But either way, have a great season. Bye.